Yes.
Why do you want this one? There's one main reason before we jump into anything else, and I'm amazed we have any left. There's only 50 of each dial made for the world. Only 50. It is just astounding to me. And by the way, I do know from the manufacturer that what we have is the last of them. They did run through all the 50.
All right, I want to get to that point very quickly because, guys, what we're going to show you is a couple of different item numbers. Now, obviously, there's only, just say obviously, but Craig just shared, there's only 50 of these in the world per color. Either black or orange. Black, or technically they're calling it black, orange, and black, white. Well, come on, it's black and orange. $397, and that is under item number 621667. Now, I've been telling you guys that all of the Russian pieces are available with 6 interest-free payments, and they are, and you can check them out on the website, which is shophq.com. Because of that, I'm not going to be showing you one of these. The one with the green dial is sold out before the show. That's gone. I don't know if we're going to get more. Maybe you can comment on that. No, that's done. Good. That's done. Forever gone. But the one that is available is layered in Russian red gold, and that's available at $397. In fact, the price, frankly, is going to be identical. So literally, whether you want the one in gold, let's call that now with a unique number, which will be 621349. So if you want the one with the gold, 349, say you get it. Otherwise, you've got it in a polished steel, which I would also say is a little unusual in the Russian productions. You could argue for the Artica, but I think a lot of these bigger pieces, they tend to do more of the brushing. So it kind of makes it stand out. Of course, the bright orange makes it stand out. And then if you want to go a little bit more of a sporty flair, then clearly the one in the black. Now, and
just don't buy that one that he just dropped on.
No, it'll be fine. I promise. Look at the back of this. Moscow
Classic. Out of Moscow. Oh, I love the back on this one. Here's what I like about this one, and I know you're going to like it for the same reason that I do, Tim, is that it took a different approach on the exhibition case back by cutting it in half there. You get a little bit of the etching on the back that you and I both like, but you'd still get the exhibition. So you've got a combination, which is really cool. But again, I can't stress, look at that, number 17 of 50. I just can't stress this enough. You know, and I went out of my way, Tim. I asked the manufacturer no less than 3 times. You are telling me, because I want, you know, because the last thing I want to do is go on here and say there's only 50 for the world, and then we find out, oh no, we did another 50, or this was just the first 50, or no. I said, you are telling me that there's only 50 for the entire world of each dial of this collection, and she said yes. We only did 50 of this. So you and 49 other people, there are what, 7 billion people on the planet right now? You and only 49 other people in the world can own this watch. And that's like Roger Dubuis type numbers. I know you're not supposed to say that.
That's assuming that everyone only owns one.
Right.
Now, it's arguable that that could and maybe even probably would happen, but that's stated. I know because I converse with you guys fairly often. And by the way, if you'd like to do that, Tim Temple Shop HQ on Facebook and Craig Hester on Facebook if you want to get a hold of us. But my point is, I know because I'm actually good friends with at least one of them. They buy as a collector every single example, at least one, and sometimes multiples. And by the way, Mark, if you're in the audience, you owe me a phone call. So get a hold of me. And I know you've been recuperating, and I hope you're doing well.
Here's the thing on this one, Tim. Honestly, I don't see how they made any money off of them. You know, because you have to build so many.
You have to amortize the cost out.
I can't. To me, this must have been one of those things where they're just like, you know what? We just want to see what it's like to do a really low, you know, because there's no way at 50 per dial. If they're making money, it's very little because you have these minimums that you have to do when you're building these things to amortize the cost over. That's why, like, the lowest you usually ever see, like when we did the Zoftra Limited, we did 250. You get anything below like 250, you're getting into where it's really hard to make money off of.
Let's get into that a little bit. Again, some one-on-one stuff and bring some of the newer collectors up to speed. When you're making watches, now I'm going to leave out the ultra high-end boutique guys that they own all their own machines and they get up one day and they go, I'm going to make an octagonal watch, and you know, and they sell it for $1 zillion and they hand make one.
I'm talking about a watch at under $400.
Okay. there's such a thing as case minimums, dial minimums, minimum hand orders, and so on. And that is why, to Craig's point, usually, especially here on Shop HQ, when we're doing limited editions, you're going to see one of 300, one of 500, which, by the way, is still really a minute number.
Yes, it is.
Now, if you want to look at the, and by the way, this is not secret information. I mean, this is readily available. Next time you're in a store, next time you're on the computer, go look at numbered limited editions from some of the famous companies, and I promise you, you're going to see one of 3,000, one of 5,000.
Right.
One of the most famous, and it invariably sells out. That comes out. Last one I knew was 10,007 when that came out. And
Vostok Europe does several with 3,000. They do 3,000 because 3,000 is not that many.
No, worldwide it's minuscule. But my point is, it really illustrates exactly. It illustrates the genuine scarcity of a production like this. That the odds of you ever being able to randomly run into anyone that's wearing your watch is astronomically against it.
And I got to tell you, the guys who've gotten these, I have seen this watch on Facebook so many times. By the way, you can find me on Facebook, Russia to All or the Watch Comrade, if you want to like us on Facebook so you can get updates there, because we always put up pictures and stuff before the shows. But so many guys have put up their pictures of this watch on Facebook. And again, this has the Vostok movement in it. I think it's 40, what's the millimeter, just so we say it?
Oh, 48.
48 millimeter.
We should have got to that sooner.
It's there are a lot of other reasons besides that there's only 50 made to buy this watch, but the 50 thing is a big part of it.